Hey everybody, this is Groz from the GKBC. Relatively certain that you're not seeing me. That was my chair, sorry. This is a new thing that me and the daughter are trying out. I've written quite a bit of short fiction. And I thought it would be kind of a neat mini-series here on the channel for me to read my short fiction. And then while I'm reading it, you will see what the daughter has come up with, because she's going to read these in advance and then create something, some sort of artwork to go with the tale. So you're going to hear my words that I wrote, and all of these stories are original by me. So it's short fiction by Groz, artwork by the daughter. So I hope you like it, and if you don't, just skip these episodes for the next 40 or 50, because that's about how many of these I have. So this first one is called Thanks for the Ride. Okay. I stole a donkey. I'm still not sure why, but I did. Every day on my way to work, I pass a field with a donkey, and he's always just eating or watching cars all by his lonesome. I got to where I was a little bit sad if I passed the field and he wasn't out there watching. So one night after work, I went out with some coworkers, ended up a touch tipsy, and needed a ride home. On the ride, I started to think about the donkey and how much fun it would be to ride him home. So when we got close, I asked my buddy to pull over and let me out. He asked what I was going to do out there in the middle of nowhere. I told him I would just walk since it wasn't that far and maybe the night air would clear my head before I got home. He drove off and I walked to the field. Lucky me, the donkey was right out by the road watching me approach. I grabbed the rope around his neck and gently tugged it to get him to come out of his fenced-in area. Agreeably, he followed me down the road a ways. And then I decided it would be safe to jump on and have him carry me. I only rode him for a mile or so, and then I led him the rest of the way to my house. Still not sure what I'd do when we got there, or even why I was still taking him if I wasn't riding. Oh well, the effects of alcohol do strange things to our minds. When I got home, I just walked him around to the back and put him in my fence with my dogs, who, although aggressive at first, once they saw how big he was, they slunk back into their houses and peeked out at him. I scratched his ears for a while and gave him an apple from the house. He seemed content, so I went in to bed. Waking up in the morning, I thought that it had to have been a dream. I mean, nobody just rides a donkey and brings him home in the middle of the night. Walking into the kitchen for a drink of water, I saw nothing in my backyard to prove there had ever been a donkey in it, except for maybe a few bare patches of ground. But those could have been created by digging dogs, though. I had my wife drive me to work since my car was still in the parking lot. And when we drove past the field, there was the donkey, watching the cars like always. I chuckled a bit, and my wife asked me what was so funny. I told her about my dream, and she just shook her head and said I was weird sometimes. When I got to work, my buddy asked me how long it would take me to walk home from where he dropped me off. I asked him about where that was, and hearing the street, I wondered if it had been true. Opening my lunchbox, I saw a slightly frayed, chewed rope. But how did he get back home if it was true? That is one of my very first things that I ever wrote, called Thanks for the Ride. Obviously, it's very amateurish. I didn't quite know what I was doing with writing. But hope you like it. Let me know what you think. If you don't like it, let me know what you think. I can handle criticism, trust me. About my writing, at least. Maybe not about me. I'm kidding. I can always handle criticism. Just not always in the best manner. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let us know what you think about the daughter's artwork. And if you're interested in this series at all, I'm going to do it just because I want to share. And at the end, what's really cool is the doctor had an idea that I will take all of my short stories and all of her artwork and try to get it published as an anthology book. So that might be kind of neat. But anyway, thanks for the ride, everybody. And until next time, read more.